Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here today with Kieran McMullen, all the way from County Tyrone. Kieran was out with us in Pittsburgh at the Ireland Institute way back in 1999. Is
Yes,
that
that's correct.
is that the right
That's
year?
correct. Yeah,
Kieran, it's
that's right.
great to see you.
Good
Welcome
to see
back.
you too, Jim. Good to see
Welcome
you too.
back, even though it's virtually. It's great to see you again after so many years. And maybe you can remind me, what town in County Tyrone are you from?
I'm from Omagh.
Oh, from the
County Tyrone.
town of Omagh, so
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
the biggest town in Tyrone, right?
that's right. That's correct.
What
Right.
made you come? What was your decision to join that program and come out?
Well, for me, it came at a sort of a very, I suppose that I don't know how you describe it, but a big period in my life. I had just lost my father in August of that year. I had just graduated from college in electrical and electronic engineering, and I was sort of toying and going back to college to further it with a degree, and but it's just things weren't good at that time, so I was in an unsure place, and then I suppose I knew Hugo Sweeney.
The managing director of what we call the Tyrone Donegal Partnership.
That's right. That's
Who
right.
was
So
a major partner with the Institute on those International Fund Wider Horizons programs, of which you
he
were on.
was, yeah. He had told me about the programs and what they were, and he had suggested that maybe I should apply for this. He just sort of says, look, this has happened to you. It's not good, but this might help things for you. Went through the interview processes, and yeah, I got accepted on the program.
And that was a fairly tumultuous time in your part of the world. I mean, it was just a year or less after that horrific bomb that hit Omagh in 1998.
That's right. Yeah, it was, and I suppose there was a bit of feeling. I think a feeling for people of our age then. I would have been in my 20s then, early 20s. That we were looking for new things. We were fed up with the past, and it was all about new horizons, new the future, and a lot of people just from my area done the normal thing. You went to college here, you got a job here, you didn't go any further, and you didn't look beyond that. And I think as well that the media was a bit of a more of a focus on Omagh as such, and it was put on the map and a wee bit more for the wrong reasons. But I think people started to believe that there's people of my age started to think, well, maybe there's more to this world than Omagh, Northern Ireland, or whatever, So,
right.
Yeah.
And so you finally get to Pittsburgh in 1999.
Worked for a company called there were Four Systems. They were called then Four Systems.
Right, Four Systems. Yeah.
Yeah, and they were out in Warrendale.
Right.
At that time, it was exactly what suited myself. And there was another guy came with me, a guy called Larry McCullough,
right,
who I had been in college with. So it was right up our street. So it was all, at that time, the whole telecoms thing was on the boom, and the whole sort of networking, fiber optics, and all that sort of stuff. So that's what they were sort of doing in Four Systems. It was kind of my first outing after college, so it was my first sort of sort of work experience, if you like, since college, So,
right.
So, and yeah, well, we kind of were like sponges. We took as much in as we could, and
then it didn't seem so long till you were back home again, and now it's 22 years.
Yeah.
And I'd like to hear a little bit about what you do now, because it really, I get the sense that what happened in Pittsburgh really impacted who you are now and what you do now.
Once we got back home, I got a job at home for a while, but Larry, who I was along with, he got a job in a similar company here in Northern Ireland with a company called Nortel Networks.
Sure, familiar.
So Larry got in with Nortel Networks, which was all to do with his Four Systems experience, and of course because of his college qualifications. So Larry was there for a while, and me and him were still good buddies. So he gave me a call and says, "Look, they're still looking for more people up here." So I got a job there as well. So we both worked in Nortel Networks in Belfast, and it was all sort of due to definitely the experience we got in Force Systems helped us to get in there, and it was a big bonus for us there. So we were doing exactly what we had sort of, you know, studied and qualified to do at college. So whilst I was there, there was another company in near home that were starting up, and the guy there knew me from working on the job that I had started when I got back from Pittsburgh. He says, well, look, if you want, he says, I'll match what you're getting there. And he says, come work for me. So I went and worked for him, and that moved me back closer to home. So I was back home, and I worked for that guy for a couple of years, and then another job came up closer to home, and that was a similar job, but it was more of an engineer, and I had sort of developed more into sort of an engineer at that point, and designing TV studios and designing sort of television trucks, OB trucks, and that sort of stuff. Right. So that's what I had worked into from the sort of the journey, the telecoms journey to there.
Right.
And worked for that company for a while, and then sort of started doing my own bits and pieces on the side, and then joined up with another guy, and me and him have been in business now for about 12 years.
Wow.
So we're running our own business based in the Enterprise Centre, where it all started off with Toronto Donegal Partnership.
Oh, wow. That's a great circle.
So we're back there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of it
how big's your company? Mm-hmm.
So we would have about 8 freelance people that we bring in and out, and 3 of us in Oma. And then if we're doing, so we now have a video production company. So we've built our own TV truck and do all the live streaming of the GAA sports, the Gaelic sports.
Oh,
so that's
of course,
what we're doing.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of felt like I'd never left the place, because I was there for all my training for the program, and then back there with the office. And of course, the other side of the whole story is when I went out to Pittsburgh, I met Mairead,
right,
my wife now, and so we met on the program, and and then we got married in 2006, and we now have 3 kids. And we're living out here in out the countryside, about 6 miles outside Oma.
Very nice.
And then Mairead, she went and she worked in Toronto Donegal Partnership along with Hugo.
Right.
And she was managing the programs. And then another part of that, they started a media program, which I would have been training students on for the Wider Horizons. So they were doing a media program in one of their programs. Right. So I was teaching on that for Toronto Donegal Partnership. So our editor that we have now, full-time editor, was at Toronto Donegal Partnership. He was on a Wider Horizons program.
Oh, very good.
The links are all over the place.
Yeah,
they're all there.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's been a huge, massive part of our life and where we are now. So you know, where it all started. So you know, that decision that I made with Hugo Sweeney has just led to all of this, and definitely the Pittsburgh thing has been instrumental to a lot of that as well.
Right. Well, that is tremendous, Kieran. That's a great testament to what we're trying to do here, and what we're going to continue to do over the next several years, we hope.
I hope you do continue with it. I mean, it was a cross community thing for us, so it was the Catholic Protestant thing, and it was great. I would still see some of the guys in town here, and we always sort of reminisce about the Poorhouse and Manions and the Hawthorne Suites and stuff.
Of course.
And we partied, and you know, and it was hard. It was strict as well, but brilliant memories. But
we will certainly spread the word about you and your company. Again, Kieran McMullen. And the name of the company, Kieran?
Mac AV Video Production Company.
Mac is an MAC.
Yeah.
Mac AV Video Production Company.
Yeah.
Based in Oma, at the Enterprise Centre in Oma, County Tyrone, Northern Ireland.
But we definitely would like to get out and visit and retrace the steps out there.
Oh, well, you'll be very welcome. Just give us a heads up. You'll be very welcome.
And get down to watch you singing again. We missed that.
Well, I'm still doing it, so we'll find a place for it for sure.
Good. Brilliant.
Thanks a lot, Kieran.
No problem. My pleasure, Jim. Thank
We'll
you.
talk to you soon, okay?
Okay.
All
Thank you
right,
very
take
much.
care. Thank you. Here's Kieran McMullen, folks. Thanks.